Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I'm so excited that Tesla Full Self-Driving Beta 11.3.3 is now starting to roll out to all of you. And I just wanted to make another video to give a big shout out to my sponsor, Shop and Ride, for sponsoring again this week. Shop and Ride has a patented system for in-car advertising that I think is really interesting, especially as the FSD software starts to work more, starts to become more reliable. I think that this sort of in-car advertising could be a big money maker for Tesla and for Twitter. So I think it's really something that is worth considering, and that all the Tesla YouTubers should really be thinking about when they think about FSD and its value. Because in the future, you're not really probably going to ask for a specific restaurant as much. You might actually talk to your car like ChatGPT and say, hey, do you have a good restaurant recommendation that's around here, that's close to where I need to go? And it might say, okay, well, based on the other restaurants you've been to and what you like, here's one that I think you might like, and let me take you there. So just like your iPhone is an interface into the digital world, you can use it to connect to Facebook, you can use it to connect to, Chipotle and send an order to them so they know how to make it. Now with this AI, your car can actually travel in the physical world and go places, take you somewhere to experience something. It can go pick something up for you. It can go drop something off for you. All your sort of interactions with the physical world actually will end up going through this software platform. And that's a really powerful thing for Tesla. So when we talk about advertising, you think of maybe something like this, a promoted ad in the feed. But it could actually be much more rich than that. You could have situations where, rather than sort of displaying an ad or giving a recommendation, they could actually sponsor a ride. So, okay, if you want to go pick something up from Target, just like they do free shipping, we'll give you free FSD. So instead of you having to pay for a ride, Target will actually pay for the ride, and your car will be able to drive there by itself and pick something up. So you might see something like this. Okay, here's a new Starbucks drink. Let's say I want to order it from Target. So I give this a click. And so I can see here it's on sale, only $3.99. All right, let's order that. And curbside pickup. Your order will be brought to the car. That sounds great. A lot of these curbside pickups got built for COVID. It's going to work perfectly for connecting autonomous cars to the e-commerce network. All right, let's check out and put in our payment method, and we'll just use our Tesla account to pay for this order. And there you go, our order's complete, and it'll be ready when we arrive. So now you can see I put in my order, and the destination where I have to go pick up the order is already placed automatically. And so let's go. I'm gonna make a right turn on Grant Avenue here in Chinatown. Let's see if we can give it a little bit of a challenge. But then we're gonna have the car go and perform the curbside pickup. Alright, so here we are in Chinatown. Car wants to make a right turn to follow the route. Looks like there's someone crossing the street. And okay. Very good. So right now you have to pay for the FSD, or you have to pay for an Uber ride. I think what we're looking at in the future is really a future where transportation is free for all intents and purposes, where you can get an ad-supported or sponsored ride anywhere. So if you wanted to take an ad-supported robotaxi ride, it would be free, but instead of being able to use the screen yourself, it would probably be showing ads during your ride. And there could also be sponsored rides. Like, for example, let's say that you want to go to dinner at P.F. Chang's. And so P.F. Chang's can show an offer. You can actually use an app right here on your display. Maybe order what you want for dinner on the way there. And they'll actually cover the cost of the ride. So if you want to go eat with them, then you don't have to pay for the ride. It'll drive you there for free. And so you can essentially have this system where people are allowed to go wherever they want, and the cost of transportation becomes so low that it's essentially just bundled into the cost of the service. So the cost of transportation may be $1 or $2. You're going to go spend maybe $50 to $100 on dinner, maybe more if you have a drink. And so why not just bundle the cost in? Okay, the light's green, but there's somebody hanging out here. I was about to press the accelerator, but I didn't, and it ended up just doing it itself. So waited a little too long there. It was a little bit confused about what that guy was doing, and someone honked at me, but it did end up going without me having to push the accelerator. So yeah, it's a great way to get people to come in. Imagine you're a restaurant and you can put out an ad on Google that says, hey, please come to your restaurant. But with Tesla, you could actually say, hey, my restaurant is looking a little empty tonight. I want to fill it up a little so it looks more crowded, more lively, and so I have more business, more utilization of my staff and resources who are there. And so I can go out to Tesla and say, bring me 10 people. And it can go out and find people and actually bring them to my restaurant at the time I chose. People who are saying, hey, I'm looking for a place to have dinner. And the Tesla tells them, hey, okay, well, there's P.F. Chang's and they've got an offer. We can actually drive you there for free. That's part of the sponsorship. And you say, okay, yeah, sure, sounds great. Let's go to P.F. Chang's. And the thing takes you there. And the sponsorship doesn't deliver only eyeballs, but it can actually deliver a person to your business at the time when you want them to show up. And you could even run special promotions like, hey, okay, early hours for dinner, we're going to give people free rides, or any time where you want extra traffic. So it's really interesting. And from the perspective of the user, they're like, great, okay, I can take a ride, I can go to the store, and I don't have to pay. So, if let's say I'm going to the, the store downtown, I'm going to the Gap, and I can get a free sponsored ride from them, and then I can walk around downtown and do whatever other shopping I want before I go back. So these free and sponsored rides are going to become a big sort of revenue avenue for Tesla, I think. Because who doesn't love a free ride? You get to go to the place, have the experience, but you don't have to deal with the annoyance of driving, especially, in a crazy city like this. Alright, and here we go. We're exiting the financial district now. We've got about 16 minutes to go to our destination. It's a Sunday afternoon, lots of traffic. But yeah, in-car advertising, I think this is something that a lot of the Tesla YouTubers, a lot of the financial people who look at Tesla aren't really realizing the impact of this, because with FSD, and as everyone adopts FSD, and they just have this car that can just take them wherever they want to go. Well, Tesla has a lot of power in helping you figure out where to go. Because a lot of the time, you just want somewhere to go. You say, okay, I want a hotel, or I want, someplace to go get food, or whatever. Tesla could help you figure out what's a good place. Okay, what's a hotel with a destination charger? What's food that's actually integrated with us? And I think what you'll see is businesses will actually have the software experience extend into the car. So, for example, if I'm taking my family out to dinner, I can say, what's a good place to go for dinner? And they can say, okay, we'll give you a ride here for a discount or for free. But not only that, am I getting the ride for free, but then a software application would actually open either in the browser or maybe even natively. And it would say, okay, well, what do you want to eat, right? And people could actually potentially order in the car or on their phone. And then once they've ordered in their car or in the phone, it can send that information to the restaurant, along with location-specific information about the car and when it's going to arrive, what the ETA is, you know, if it gets stuck in traffic, anything like that. And so the restaurant can actually make... Oh, sorry, I think these stupid GoPro voice controls messed something up. But, so essentially, you can have people actually place their order in the screen. Maybe you actually really set the mood. You start playing some music or play some videos that are specific to your restaurant. You know, maybe if you're going to Disneyland or Universal Studios, you start showing some of the characters or whatever. And you actually extend that experience into the car on the way there. And maybe even as you get closer, as you hit certain milestones, they can start saying things like, get ready for dinner, you know, whatever. They can really create this experience that extends into the car. And so you actually end up ordering, you put your stuff in there on the car display and you send it. And then when you arrive there, they actually greet you. They know your car's arrived. They bring you out. They bring you to the table. And guess what? They already have your order. So they've already got food. They got bread. It's hot. They have your drinks, whatever you ordered, all right there on the table. And this actually improves their turnaround time. So not only do they get better utilization with more people there at the restaurant, but they also get a faster turnaround time where they can actually serve more tables because the experience extends into the car, both coming in and going out. So, for example, you know, you could take orders coming in, going out, you could maybe ask people about their experience, say, you know, thank you for coming to, you know, the Olive Garden or whatever. So it's potentially going to be huge. It's not going to be like right now where, you know, a car is just a tool to get you somewhere. It's really going to become a core part of the experience, and advertising in self-driving cars is going to be one of the most popular ways to advertise, because the people in the car are already in the car, they're already moving. And so all you need to do to get them to actually act on that, to act them to show up, is just agree, right? So for example, an ad format could be something like, if somebody says, hey, I'm thirsty, or I have to go to the bathroom. Well, would you like to go to this bathroom, right? They've actually sponsored us. And so, you know, if it's not too far out of the way, we can go there. And if the user agrees, right, all they have to do is say yes. So, you know, someone in the car might say, oh, you know, I got to go to the bathroom. And so the car will say, well, would you like to stop at our partner Buc-ee's and make a stop there and go to the bathroom? And all the passengers have to say is, yes, I would. Or they could say, no, I would actually like to go here instead. I want to use the bathroom at the supercharger. But it can make that suggestion, and that's all. Now they're there. And they're going to go to the bathroom, and maybe they'll say, oh, you know what? I actually want some food. I want some water as well. And I'm going to buy some stuff at this business, right? So it's an incredibly powerful thing in terms of the ROI. The ROI can be, you know, sort of very directly measured. And I think you could also integrate with Tesla account payments. So rather than them having to actually go to the business and use their card, while they're driving, because I mean, look at this thing, it's already driving so well. We're really, you know, I don't know, within a year or two, it's gonna, I think, be getting to a place where you don't have to pay attention, and maybe even sooner than that. So, okay, well, they don't have to pay attention. Maybe now you can keep them preoccupied. You can say, okay, so we're going to the next supercharger. Would you like to buy something there? And you go, okay, yeah, there's a McDonald's there. I'd actually like to order a McChicken and fries and a drink. And place the order, and it actually charges your Tesla account card on file, same as what you have for superchargers. And Tesla can basically just get a cut of that, and the business, you know, it's the same for them as any other credit card transaction. So the business potentially pays, you know, maybe an extra % or something to Tesla for the service, but it's just frictionless for the consumer. They're able to just pick what they want, buy it. They don't have to enter a credit card. They don't have to do anything. The store just detects that the car is there, and it just automatically brings out the food to the car and gives it to the driver, and that's that. So I think this is potentially going to be very powerful. Google, of course, has Waymo, and I think this is a big part of why they are interested in Waymo as well, is sort of the advertising opportunities it presents. So it won't be like advertising like you're used to, you know, banner ad or whatever. You know, rather than paying for an ad, you could pay for people's rides. You could do a lot of different things. But the key is really that the self-driving car is our gateway to the world, to every place we go, to everything we do. And so having that software that not only says take me here, but how do you take me here? How can I get there, right? You actually are going to see the software platform extend into the car and control how the self-driving is done. Like, for example, if I go to Target, as I am right here, we're about 3 minutes away, I can actually use the Target app to order, and the Target app could actually give information to the Tesla. It could say, okay, here's the location of a curbside pickup spot, and I want you to go to this parking lot, and I want you to find the sign, the curbside pickup sign that looks like this, and I want you to park in one of the spots. And it can go and it can do that and park in one of the spots. And then once it parks in one of the spots, it can actually send a picture to Target or send the spot number and say, okay, I'm in spot number 3. So without you doing anything, Target now knows, okay, he's arrived, he's in spot number 3, let me go bring the items out. And they can bring the items out. They don't even need to confirm or anything. They can see, okay, based on the license plate, based on the spot number, this is the person. And you just open the trunk, they put the items in, the car could even open the trunk automatically. Again, this would all be integrated with the Target app. So the Target app, or the app for whatever store, would basically provide the interface to do all these things. So the trunk opens, they put the items in, they close the trunk, okay, order complete, right? And so basically every physical thing would want to have an app for Tesla cars and would want to do some level of advertising into the self-driving cars. So I think this is really sort of underappreciated. This could actually be much more near term. You actually don't even need autonomous cars for it. Even, for example, with this curbside pickup stuff, even when it's not even autonomous, it's still really useful to be able to say, hey, okay, I'm going home from work and I would like you to actually stop at Target on the way and pick something up. And wouldn't it be great if it could actually go ahead and park in the spot, pick up your order, and continue on the way home without you actually having to do anything at all. So that's what is really going to be possible with this technology. And then we go ahead and we park. Use auto park, of course. And just like that, we're parked. We can now send the message to the store, say we're here, and have them bring out our order. So this is going to be a pretty transformative technology. This dock of applications, I think in the future is going to be filled up with all kinds of things. And you'll be able to interface with all kinds of places, use this software to do business transactions, order things, pretty much do anything you could want to do in the physical world, buy tickets, go to shows, and it'll give your car the information it needs to navigate to take you to where you want to go. And this is going to present huge revenue opportunities for Tesla, not just in selling the software to users, but actually in selling advertising to businesses as well. And the businesses will actually be able to advertise and pay for free rides, pay for free FSD access for people, and people will use that to be able to essentially make transportation free. So that's really what we're looking at in the future. A future where transportation's so low cost that you go out to dinner and the dinner says, okay, we'll just throw in a free ride for you. And they'll call a car for you and make it a nice experience. And the UI, the software in that car will actually integrate with the restaurant. So this, I think, is a really cool idea. And big thanks again to Shop and Ride for sponsoring. That's Shop and Ride. And yeah, hopefully someone will license their patent, or maybe Tesla will reach out to them. And this is something that I definitely think people should be thinking about more as they think about what the future financial potential of Tesla is, and even Twitter as a potential advertising network that could tie in with this. So thank you again to Shop and Ride, and please go follow them on Twitter and Shop and Ride, and go check out their website. Thanks again.